edit. I hope you all have been enjoying this series, and I'm definitely gonna try and keep it going. So got this lovely Sanderling. If you didn't get a chance, check out the behind the scenes video this photo comes from, so you can actually see me taking this photo through the viewfinder. You actually get to see the whole scene. It's a real nice calming video too. It was just a morning, a nice sunrise at the beach. And so yeah, check that out. It's the long-tailed ducks and shorebirds at the beach behind the scenes video. So I got a lot of really good feedback on that one. In any case, let's jump into this edit. First things first, let's straighten it out. Let's get that sand line nice and horizontal there. You can see some weird coloration going on back here, but I think it's just the preview. It's not fully rendered yet, so let me zoom in and let that get rendered. There you go. You can see those colors kind of clean right up. So anyway, I'm going to go a little bit warmer with this. So there was a little bit of blue tone showing down in the bird and the shadow area of it there. So yeah, I think I want to go something like that. I think that's a little too magenta. There we go. Yeah, that seems nice and rich and golden. Compositionally, I don't think I have much to change. I was able to get a nice crop in camera. I'll just clip out that one bokeh ball that's just getting cut there. And then I'm a little tight on the bottom. So there we go. I don't know if I want more detail or just to go full on silhouette. Let's see if I drop the shadows on that. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those, like, it could go either way. Yeah, I am kind of digging a little bit more detail in the bird there. I don't want a ton, so I'm going to make sure I kind of set the blacks back down just a little bit for contrast. And then I do want to have some of that good water, blue water color contrast in there, so I'm just going to enhance that a little bit. And then I think that's a good starting point to head into Photoshop. Not a lot to do on this. I'm going to do a little bit of rim light enhancement, I think. And I don't know. I might just try and punch up the bird's head and eye there just so we get a little bit more separation in there. It's just kind of real dark. So yeah, let me do a lighter version back here in Lightroom. I'll open that up in Photoshop again. And then let me go ahead and undo that back in Lightroom. There we go. So now I have my lighter version. Just go ahead, and drop that onto, or at least try to. Come on, computer, you can do it. There we go. Drop that on there, mask it up, and then I will just try and paint some of this, the head lighter in here and the eye just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy because then it starts to look abnormal. But you can start to see there's just the tiniest hint of like a catch light in there, just the sky reflecting in the bird's eye there. So I definitely want to take advantage of that and kind of show that. Yeah, there we go. See just a little bit of life in the eye there. And then maybe I'll put just a little bit of that back here and a little bit across the bottom of the bird there. Just kind of even out that tone. And then I just want to make sure I get rid of it off the background there. There we go. I think that's better. I don't know. I'm going to try before and after in a second here and see what I think. Yeah, a little bit too much back here. So I'll back off of that a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit much across the back there. Yeah, I do like it on the head there. I don't need that layer anymore. I'm just going to merge it down. I don't think I need to clone anything else out on this one. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is fix there's some cool tones in the shadow area of the Sanderling there. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a warming adjustment layer on that to kind of even out that tone, bring that to a nice golden orange there. Went a little too far with the red, so I'm just backing off of that. That seems pretty good. I'm going to do a dodge layer. I want to bring just a little bit more life to that eye in there. So something like that is way too much, but I did that on purpose because then I'll back off and then just kind of, there we go. One pass over it with a light opacity, kind of brought it right back to where it needed to be. All right, let's do some rim light enhancement here. So I'm going to really punch it up. And I think I'll just add some of that golden color into the rim light effect as well. Just going to go down to a much smaller brush. It's a little too small. We'll try 3 pixels. That's perfect. 3 pixels, just what I needed. Oh, I think that's either, I don't know if that's a grain of sand sticking out there or just its tongue. Plenty bright in some of these areas, but just looking to kind of complete the line. Yeah, you know what? This is going way too yellow, so we don't need to do that much. Back off of that color. There we go. You can see this is really kind of enhancing it. Just kind of brightening it up. And some of these areas now are probably going to get overexposed and lose the detail, which I do like having the detail. So I'll just come back in a second with a soft brush with some light opacity and kind of paint it back in the way it should be. And yeah, I'm just painting with a really tiny brush right now and just kind of being sporadic about it. I'm not trying to match exactly what was there. I mean, I'm not trying to be completely off the rails with it, but and it's getting a little softer back here, so a bigger brush is in order. And this is where I really want to complete it. Kind of messed up right there. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of click my way around this to kind of complete that rim light. And then I'm going to give it a fade when I'm done here, because I think, yeah, well, we can see it out on the tail here, and you can see it's starting to just show there. But there we go. That's pretty good. We'll just let it fade on the top there. Some of this can be enhanced as well. It's really soft there, so I'm just actually, this whole area, I'll just blur what I just put in there, which is good. Just use the blur tool, kind of soften it up so that way I don't have to keep changing brushes, which is convenient. Again, I'm just going to kind of paint in some rough areas here to kind of further enhance that rim light. And yes, this looks real sloppy right now, but you'll see in 1 second what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come back and blur it again. So blur tool right over top of it, softens everything up. And then I'll just grab a brush, paint with black, and kind of back off of that a little bit. And here we go. We'll just kind of subtly back off what I painted on the back there, so it's a nice fade. And then up here, could use probably just a little bit of blurring as well. And there we go. So now we have, yeah, nice. Really good enhancement. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do down here. Let's go with, I think 4 should do the trick. There we go. That's looking nice. Oops. Well, it's looking nice when I paint in the lines. Again, so I'm using a brush with no pressure sensitivity on the tablet here. So everywhere I paint is just 100% opacity, which is totally fine. That's why it's kind of more, you know, it's too strong, a little rough. But yeah, I'll come back in with the blur tool, kind of soften that up a little bit in some of those areas. And then I'll grab the paintbrush that does have pressure sensitivity, and this is where I'll just kind of paint lightly to kind of fade it. So there you can see how I kind of, it's darker right here than it is right there, so it's affecting it less, obviously. So that's the kind of thing that you can do, and I think the line right there is just a little bit much, so I'll fade that out even more. All right, there we go. Boy, I mean, not much else to do on this one. It was pretty great lighting out of the camera. It was fun. I waited for the waves to give me some really good bokeh in the background. I have a series of shots, and you can see it if you watch the video. I have a series of shots where there was kind of, you know, like nice bokeh down here, but not up here. And then this one wave hit that was bigger, and the sun, you know, kind of glistened off of it and sparkled, and boom, gave me the shot that I was after there. So, all right, let's check the before and after. Not going to be much of a difference on this one, I got to say. The color difference is going to help things stand out a little bit, so definitely get a little bit more rich kind of golden tones there. You can see that, and you can see how kind of blue and not dull, but yeah, just blue that one looks. Let me see if I can get these photos bigger on the screen. There we go. Yeah, so, and again, you can definitely see the rim light is kind of enhanced now. It pops a little bit more, especially down here along the head and then on the breast of the bird there, where it's there, but it wasn't quite as prominent on that one. So there we go. That's the final image. Nice quick edit. Yeah, under 10 minutes on that. Didn't have to spend too much time. If you want to learn more about how I do what I do with these photos, head on over to rayhennessy.com. Go to the workshops menu. Check out online workshops. I have all these workshops for you to check out right there. You can do a remote session with me. I got my online Lightroom for Wildlife photography course. Teaches you everything I know about Lightroom and how I use it to edit specifically wildlife photos. So it's a great course. You can just take it online. It's broken down into sections, so you can kind of jump to just the sections you want to learn, but it does cover everything. I also have an online bird photography course, which is great if you want to learn a little bit more about what I do in the field, learn about my gear and all kinds of aspects regarding actually taking the photos. And then, of course, mentorships where you can work one-on-one with me and get feedback on your photos, really good critiques that help teach you things to think about in the field when shooting, as well as post-processing stuff. And if you live locally enough, you can do a mentorship and actually go out with me and do some shooting. So all those things available on rayhennessy.com, plus new photos every day, tons of video content, behind the scenes, all kinds of fun stuff. And don't forget the podcast Wildlife Photo Chat. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one.